Next Xbox report by Jez Corden with Windows Central, and it's basically everything that we've said, everything that we've thought, and even some CEO comments is still stuff that exactly what we thought was going to be the direction of the brand. It's basically a PC which can also run other storefronts. So you could like, in theory, like it's like running off Windows, so you can install Steam if you want. But the
Yeah.
weird thing is
I
that
assume it's gonna be like it's essentially gonna be like Windows, but it's gonna have the storefront is gonna be a simplified storefront
that's
that
what I'm
has
thinking too.
like the main big
Correct.
storefront
Yeah, yeah.
applications at the front. It's like, do you want to? It's like, do you want to activate like, or do you want to look at Epic, Steam, Xbox,
Like what
whatever?
GOG, I think is one.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
do you want to activate there's also like a GeForce Now or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like which storefront
Yeah.
do you want to look at?
Yeah, because he did say that it still will feel like a traditional console. So like I feel like whatever it's going to look like is going to be what you're saying, where it's like a more simplified thing, where you can just kind of click into
Yeah,
whatever.
it'll
Like
probably just be like every other
yeah,
storefront, but except at the top of it, it just has like Steam, all of
right.
those at the top. It's like you just select which one you want to look at.
Yeah, like I don't think it's like since it's like we thought it's gonna still feel like a console. I don't think it's gonna be in the same approach as like the Xbox ROG Ally, where it is a handheld PC to the point that because it's a Microsoft device, it literally has Microsoft Teams installed on it. Because I saw Gene Park talk about how he had to uninstall Microsoft Teams because it's a handheld PC. So by default, it's installed on there. So it's like I don't think it's gonna be like that, where it's like literally a PC. I think it's going to feel like that console, and they're gonna make almost like their own, kind of similar how Steam made their own OS to
Oh
fit the
yeah,
Steam Deck. I feel like it's gonna be like that,
it's
where
gonna
it's gonna fit its
it's
own.
gonna be like its own custom home
Exactly.
screen that is gonna feel like its own home screen is gonna feel like a UI essentially, or like its own thing, kind of like how the Steam Deck has its own UI interpretation of the Steam client.
Right.
It'll be something like that.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm thinking. So that way it still has that traditional feel with $1,000 price tag probably. But it's going to also natively run games currently available on the series, including the backwards compatibility games. And one thing that's interesting, the current plans is to have no paywall for multiplayer.
It's
So
stupid in this day and age to have a
yeah,
paywall for multiplayer.
in today's day and age, yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, granted,
Just let people play
yeah,
games.
in 2007 it made
It
sense.
made sense then. Yeah.
Because the infrastructure wasn't there.
Yep.
Nowadays the fact that you charge for it is wild.
Yep. Yeah. No, so that makes sense. And I'm glad that they realize that makes sense. Just some other stuff I wanted to include is the Microsoft CEO also doubles down on like Matt Booty's comments recently, where that short form content is Xbox's main competitor. And again, I know a lot of people I've
Yeah.
seen say, "Oh my God, they don't get it." I disagree.
No,
I think they do get
yeah.
it. They know they lost, and they're trying to compete with people's time.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like you brought up last week. It's not competing with short form content in the traditional way that people are thinking of it. It's time.
Yeah, it's competing with people's time.
What are you spending your time on that is not an Xbox like
Game
console
or
or
whatever.
game or some sort of Xbox interaction?
Yeah.
It's you're on TikTok, you're on YouTube, you're on Twitch, you're on anything else besides Xbox.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody else says it that way, but that's what everybody's thinking.
Right, right. Because
That's what they say in like their board meetings is how they refer to it is how do we get their time?
yep.
They're just the only ones to say it publicly and people seem to not be understanding that.
Yeah. Like I understand where some people are coming from where it's just like, well, I want my Xbox brand to be competitive and try to compete. Brother, it's not happening. Like they realize that.
They haven't been competitive in a decade.
Yeah, no, and they realize that. Like, so that they're to a point where they're just trying to compete for your time, which, as we've seen with how year after year goes, is a fair thing to want to compete for with people just being on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. The CEO also said, "quote We want to be a fantastic publisher. We're going to be everywhere on every platform," which kind of dials into what you've talked about before and what we've agreed with as well. It's like we just think they're going to end up being a publishing company at some
Yeah.
point, which
Like
I think that is very strongly the case.
yeah. It's like they'll still have their
Device of
they'll,
some
they'll still have their
capacity.
device, but it's not going to be like it has been. It's going to be like they talk about where buy our version of to play whatever you have.
Right. Yeah.
It's like they want you to buy their version of it, but give you the ability to play it anywhere.
Yes.
But also, it's like when you're not selling consoles anymore, what do? You put your games on every other console.
Bingo. Bingo. Something else I thought was interesting to shout out. It was like through a string of questions to the CEO and like replies. Like there was a screenshot I saw where if you go through this whole multi questions, whatever, Xbox was not mentioned one time. That's not for the entire interview. Obviously, Xbox, the word Xbox was mentioned in at some point in the interview, but there was multiple questions in a row where the word Xbox was never said. And it was Microsoft, 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 whatever. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like
I
we've talked
I
about we think Xbox the name is going away.
I've I think they're experimenting with what they're gonna call it. I'm still fully convinced they're just gonna drop Xbox and just l label everything Game Pass.
Yeah.
I
Microsoft Gaming, Game Pass, whatever.
Yeah, it's like you already have the Pass brand out there, you might as well refer to everything as even if you don't call your device or something Game Pass, but you call it Game Pass something,
Mhm.
is that is I mean, that is the Xbox brand. The Xbox brand is Game Pass at this point.
Yep.
So it's like the first steps of them embracing it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because like when I saw that screenshot of quotes at question after question, I'm like, Xbox is not in here one time. I was just like, all right, yeah, they're testing the waters. They're testing the waters. So now again, the next Xbox console, this PC hybrid thing that's going to be like $1,000 is the one of the worst kept secrets out there. And it's weird because it's like all Xbox wants to do is talk about it, but it's not in the realm to talk about yet. You know what I mean? But they still keep alluding to it or referencing it. You can tell they just want to go ahead and move on.
Well, it's like
They want to get past the series.
it's kind of like the point before a new like every generation before a new console gets
Yeah.
announced. It's like it's like the difference is this time they're not pretending.
Yep.
They're telling you we're doing it. We just aren't allowed to tell you yet.
Mhm.
It's like I'm not allowed to say that it's going to be a PC. That's going to be more like a PC than a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
console. Is what they're doing now. Where before they just wouldn't say anything.
Right.
They instead of saying we're working on our next console's coming out soon, they would just remain quiet
Mhm.
and be like, "You'll be able to get these games eventually." And it's like, well, yeah, we know what's happening.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I mean, it's been a weird generation because, like we said,
Facts.
we've been tied to the previous generation for so long because of, I mean, because of the struggles,
Yeah.
COVID and everything happened. We had all the struggles with getting the parts and everything.
Yeah.
So it's one where weirdly it doesn't feel like we should be moving on yet, even though
Correct.
we're at the time where we should be moving on, even though at least on PlayStation side of it, I mean, even on Series X side of it, we're not really pushing boundaries for the consoles yet.
True. Neither console's been pushed to their
But
limits.
but at the same time, Xbox desperately needs to move on because of the Series S.
Facts.
So it's
Huge
one where
mistake.
yeah. I mean, we've harped it to death.
Yep. Yep. Great for the consumer, bad for the industry. So I don't know. I believe still that the next console will potentially come out next year, end of next year, or which feels weird, horribly weird. So hopefully we get a reveal at some point because I'm tired of talking about these reports. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. If we end up going with one of my pitches for the Gamestetic Awards, where I had a pitch of most annoying topic, that a topic that just gets repeated and repeated, Switch 2 rumors, good old days. Xbox is going to be in that nominee list for this year. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm sick of it.